Hello, sports fans. Welcome to DDM Sports Central, your home for reliable and juicy global sporting stories. On today's edition, Jack Draper to face Carlos Alcaraz in Indian Wells semi-finals. We bring you UEFA Europa League roundup as it enters the quarterfinal stage. And we have a discussion segment where I will be discussing with a guest on the UEFA Champions League and the EPL. So sit back and relax and do not blink because we will be right back. Welcome back. This is still DDM Sports Central, and we begin today's edition with athletics. The 2025 London Marathon is set to make history as the world's largest field in the discipline. More than 56,000 runners are expected to complete the 26.2 miles on Sunday, April 27th. That would exceed the current record of 55,646 finishers set by the New York Marathon in November. Since the first London Marathon in 1981, more than 1.3 million runners have completed the event. More than 840,000 people have applied for the ballots to enter this year's race, breaking the world record of 578,304 for the 2024 edition. Of UK applicants, 49% were females, while there was a 105% increase in applications from people aged between 20 and 29. The CEO of London Marathon Events, Og Brasher, said the 45th edition is a landmark year for them and it would be a wonderful thing to mark that by becoming the largest marathon ever staged anywhere in the world. He explained that Marathon Day is an extraordinary day when communities come together to celebrate the very best of humanity as tens of thousands of participants take on the legendary 26.2-mile challenge from Greenwich to the Mall and raise tens of millions for charity on the way. Distance running great Eliud Kipchoge is returning to the London Marathon this year for the first time since 2020. Women's record holder Ruth Chepngetich, Olympic champion Sifan Hassan, and silver medalist Tigst Assefa, the three fastest women in history, have been confirmed in the women's race, in which Elish McColgan will make her debut. Emil Kerez will lead British interest in the men's race, where he could have Mo Farah's British record in his sights and will be joined by Olympic and world triathlon champion Alex Yee. We go to tennis. 23-year-old British tennis star Jack Draper is through to the semi-finals of the ongoing Indian Wells tennis tournament. We brought you the news how he defeated highly ranked Taylor Fritz in the fourth round to advance to the quarterfinals. In his quarterfinal game, he defeated American Ben Shelton on a cold evening to set up another semi-final clash that promises to be entertaining. Draper will now face two-time defending champion Carlos Alcaraz. If Draper beats Alcaraz on Saturday, he will be guaranteed a place in the top 10 for the first time in his career. Draper has won only one out of the 4 times he played against Spanish world number 3 Carlos Alcaraz. The Spanish world number 3 defeated Argentina's Francisco Cerundolo 6-3, 7-6, 6-7-4 to record his 16th successive match win in California. Now we go to the Europa League. Jose Mourinho's side looked like they were going to overturn the first leg 3-1 humiliation they suffered in the hands of Scottish side Rangers. Fenerbahce defeated Rangers 2-0 right before the Scottish home supporters. That tied the game at 3-3 aggregate, and the game had to be decided on penalties. Our own Nigerian star, Cyril Dessers, was not given any room to operate like he did in the first leg, scoring a goal and assisting another, and he was substituted in the 68th minute. Sebastian Szymanski struck twice for Fenerbahce, first in the 12th minute after a defensive error, then again in the 79th minute with a sharp finish. wiping out Rangers' lead. Butland rose to the occasion in the shootout, denying Dusan Tadic and Fred with stunning saves. Rangers' James Tavernier and Václav Cherny stayed cool, securing a 3-2 victory with sport kicks. Rangers now face Athletic Bilbao in the quarterfinals, keeping their European hopes alive. Bruno Fernandes was in superb form as he was a hat-trick hero in the 4-1 demolition of Real Sociedad at Old Trafford on Thursday night. The first leg between the two sides had ended 1-1, and it looked like Sociedad were going to break the hearts of Old Trafford fans when in the 10th minute the visitors were awarded a penalty for a foul on Mikel Oyarzabal, and from there they took the lead. Manchester United responded swiftly through captain Bruno Fernandes, who also found the back of the net via the penalty spot to level the tie on the night and on aggregate. The sides went into halftime level at 1-1, but it only took Fernandes 5 minutes to put Manchester United in the lead via the third penalty of the match. Real Sociedad's hope of mounting a comeback suffered a severe blow when John Aramburu was shown a straight red card for a professional foul midway through the second half. The Red Devils almost had a third penalty when Hamari Traore was deemed to have fouled Destiny Udogie in the box, but the decision was overturned by VAR after the Danish defender also informed the referee that he had not been fouled. Sincerity. As the game neared its end, Manchester United made the one-man advantage count when Fernandes completed his hat-trick with a fine finish after being played through on goal by Alejandro Garnacho. With the game already beyond Real Sociedad, Diogo Dalot scored Manchester United's fourth goal to cement victory for the Red Devils. Manchester United will now take on Olympique Lyonnais of France in the quarterfinals. Lyon trashed FCSB 4-0 to advance to the quarterfinals on a 7-1 aggregate scoreline. In other games, Eintracht Frankfurt defeated Ajax 4-1 to advance on the 6-2 aggregate. Lazio played out a 1-1 draw against Victoria Pleasant, but advanced on a 3-2 aggregate scoreline, having won the first leg away 2-1. Athletic Club defeated Roma 3-1 and advanced on a 4-2 aggregate scoreline, having drawn the first leg 1-1. 10-man Olympiacos defeated Bodo Glimt 2-1 but got eliminated, having lost 0-3 to Bodo Glimt in the first leg. Tottenham Hotspur defeated AZ Alkmaar 3-1 to qualify for the quarterfinals on a 3-2 scoreline, having lost the first leg 1-0 away. So, here are the quarterfinal pairings for the 2024-25 season of the UEFA Europa League, which will kick off the 10th and 17th of April. Bodo Glimt will take on Lazio. Rangers will take on Athletic Club. Lyon will face Manchester United, while Tottenham will trade tackles with Eintracht Frankfurt. It's been a beautiful year for the English sides this season, both in the UEFA Champions League and Europa League. These promise to be exciting fixtures, and we wish every team the very best. We will go on a quick break, and when we return, we will be taking a look at the UEFA Champions League. Stay tuned, DDM Sports Central. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So we are on to the discussion segment. And with me in the studio, I have who we already know as the political analyst of DDM, in the person of Ibrahim Wase, but also he is a very strong sports enthusiast. Ibrahim, it's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I am an unapologetic Arsenal fan.
We can see it from your dressing,
Yeah.
putting on the Arsenal jersey.
Yes.
Okay, let's go straight. We have seen the UEFA Champions League round of 16 matches concluded. And fortunately, your team,
We
they ran riots.
Yeah, we trashes, humiliated, humble, and you just trashes them 9-2 on aggregate.
Okay, that's cool. Now, we're looking at, well, before we come to your club, I didn't see Liverpool exiting the Champions League, especially at this stage. And looking at the fact that they had an advantage from the first leg, did you see the exit of Liverpool coming?
Actually, I didn't see that coming. I expected Liverpool to go a bit further in the Champions League, if not going to the final, at least semi-final of the tournament. But football, one thing I learned about football in my 20 years of following football is that anything can happen at any time. And surprises happen at any time in future. Liverpool are leading the Premier League table with 15 points, 70 points, although Arsenal have a game at hand.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't change anything. I don't believe that Arsenal are going to make miracle and get these points.
You never can tell.
Yes, you never can tell. Sports is kind of a very funny thing sometimes. But with that confidence, with that energy that Liverpool had, I expected them to beat PSG. Although PSG, on the other hand, are also doing well in French League A. The League One, I mean.
They always do well, if you ask me.
They
They're
are
always
leading.
the kings of
Yes. They are leading the French League One, 57, 57 points. And they played 25 games.
Okay.
And they are in a very good run of form. They had a very tough fixtures in the Champions League group stage round, league phase, because they face tough clubs like Arsenal, Man City. I think
they were the ones with the perfect run all through that league phase.
And no, Arsenal beat them 2-0.
Oh, okay.
Arsenal beat them 2-0. They did well, though, but they play playoff.
Okay.
So that signifies that they struggle along the line because they play against the big boys. But they are doing well. Okay. Actually, they are doing well in the Champions League. Okay. So when I saw that they eliminated Liverpool, I was like, wow, Liverpool? But it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, let's go to your club now. In all sincerity, I knew we were going to eliminate PSV Eindhoven, but not that margin. 7-1 at the way, and then coming back on. But why do you think they had to relax their players to get a 2-2 scoreline?
Yeah, definitely. Arsenal have already got the job done since when they trashed them 7-1 in their own home ground, which happened to be a record set for Arsenal. Arsenal is the first club to get 7 goals away from home in any knockout round of Champions League. So they get the job done. So they have to relax their players because of the games they are going to play in Premier League and all these stuff, fixtures. So for the players to get the energy, they get the job done. There's no reason to stress your players. That's why they played 2-3. And Arsenal played conceded 2 goals for the first time in the Champions League this season. They conceded 1 goal. I think at home, they didn't concede a single goal at home. They conceded only 1 goal against, what's the name of the club? Inter Milan, when they played away from home. And that's the only goal that Inter Arsenal led. Arsenal have the best defense in Europe this season. Yeah, man, that's fact. So it's very tough to penetrate that defense line of Gabriel and Saliba.
Okay, so now Arsenal is meeting Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. I am a bit skeptical. Yeah, with all due respect to Arsenal, there's something about Real Madrid and the UEFA Champions League, and something tells me once Real Madrid find themselves in the quarterfinals, there's no stopping them. Do you see Arsenal stopping Real Madrid?
I am very, very excited because I look at that fixture. Honestly speaking, I'm not being delusional. But I look at the fixture as an opportunity for Arsenal to prove themselves. There's one spirit about Champions League. That's a club that you're beating it will be that record is coming like in a way helping some club to give them a spirit.
Okay.
Arsenal have been beating Real Madrid. Real Madrid played 5 games against Arsenal in history, and they never for once win a game against Arsenal.
Right.
And the last time they met in the Champions League was actually 2006 Champions League quarterfinal. And with the likes of, don't forget that Real Madrid team, with the likes of Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo, Raúl González, Dilima Ronaldo, 4 Ballon d'Or winners in their team. At the time, Arsenal fans were not making mouths the same way people are predicting Real Madrid are going to go through. That's the same thing that happened at the time, that Real Madrid are going to beat Arsenal and so on and so forth. But Arsenal trashed them at Santiago Bernabeu with Henry's 1 goal, sealed the win for Arsenal at the time. And this time around, the only thing that is even making people to be skeptical is the fact that Arsenal are going through a lot in terms of injury crisis. So the injury crisis, they don't have any attacker. People are finding it very hard. And in a tournament, you need defense more than attack. That's why most of the clubs that are doing well in Champions League, you find out that they have a very formidable defense. And Arsenal have a very strong force to reckon with in terms of defense. They have a very fluid midfield in people like Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, and Thomas Partey. This is a midfield pair that can play in basically any European team. With the attacking line with Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz, all injured. That's what raises the question: can Arsenal get the goal? Yes, they can defend, but the best form of defense is attack. Can Arsenal get the goals? But we can see. I still have the belief that this is Arsenal's year.
Okay. He believes this is Arsenal's year. There's this prediction we have ongoing to predict the last 4 of the UEFA Champions League. Please do not forget to send in your prediction. The first correct prediction of the last 4 of the UEFA Champions League will get a prize from DDM Sports Central. But then your prediction have to come by the end. In fact, let's put it before the end of the second game of the quarterfinal. Let's leave it that way. Second quarterfinal game, then you can send in your prediction. So, Ibrahim.
Let me do my own prediction.
Yes.
For the Champions League bracket, I will do my bold prediction today.
All right.
From the left-hand side of the bracket, we have PSG to play Aston Villa.
Okay.
PSG.
Aston Villa surprised everybody this season. This is their first time in about 42 years.
For over 42 years, but they were Champions League champion before. So Aston Villa against PSG. PSG are going to go through.
Okay.
Real Madrid against Arsenal. For the fact that Arsenal are playing away from home at the first leg, second leg they'll play at home. Arsenal have an edge. Arsenal are going through slightly, but they'll go through. At the left-hand side of the bracket, we have Barcelona playing against Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona are really doing well this season, and my prediction is actually Arsenal-Barcelona final. So Barcelona would definitely beat Borussia Dortmund. Then we have Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. I think Bayern Munich, I'm predicting Bayern Munich to go through. Then Arsenal versus PSG. Arsenal would beat PSG. They did it in the league phase, beating them 2-0, and they did it again to reach the final of the Champions League. Barcelona against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, they were doing well against Barcelona. They have been doing well against Barcelona. They hold the record. But I think this is the chance for Barcelona to take their revenge. So Barcelona will beat Bayern Munich, and they will qualify for the final, which will be Arsenal versus Barcelona final at Munich. And I'm predicting Arsenal taking their revenge. The last final Arsenal played against Barcelona and they lost 2-1. So Arsenal will take their revenge. It is their time. This is their year. Okay, very interesting, but unfortunately Ibrahim will not be getting our prize if he gets to get it. So our prize will be to you, the viewers out there. Now, Ibrahim, one final question so that we round up. In the EPL, you already said something alluding to that. Safe to say that Liverpool has won the English Premier League. But then, do you see Nottingham Forest sustaining that position.
That position is
That thoughts.
because I was going to ask you about Liverpool Arsenal, but you've answered it already. So I'm just saying, in the EPL, do you see Nottingham Forest sustaining that top four? Because nobody saw them.
Nobody saw Nottingham Forest coming this season, and their manager is doing a great job. And
Great job.
They are in third position. Man City are fourth.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I think if the thing will continue like that, which I think it will, they will finish in the top four, but not that same position. But I'm seeing Man City finishing third and Nottingham Forest is finishing fourth.
Okay, that goes Prophet Ibrahim Wase, because he's not just a political analyst, not just an unapologetic sports enthusiast. He has in or on DDM Sports Central become Prophet.
Prophet Ibrahim
Prophet Ibrahim Wase. All right. So with that, we have come to the end of the show. Do not forget that we have EPL, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A games this weekend. Try to have fun by watching those games. But then at the same time, we're going to be giving you the results on the next edition. Please do not forget to like, share, comment on our YouTube channel, Diaspora Digital Media. Do not fail to subscribe. Until I come your way on the next edition, I hope you enjoyed all that we brought to you on this edition. I remain your host with the Sparks. Ugochukwu, do have a lovely and sporty day ahead. Ibrahim, sorry, please, before I end it, thank you for coming.
Thank you once again.
All right, do have a lovely and sporty day ahead. Bye for now.